Hey guys, coming at you today on a beautiful sunny day up here in Michigan. And so we do a lot of videos talking about the importance of, slow integrations of your dogs with your flock. And we talk a lot about the different transitional times that can be troublesome with these dogs. But I don't often do like an actual live kind of a video of it actually happening because I'm the cameraman usually, and it's hard to do a million things at once. But Tom has volunteered himself so nicely to help today. So he has Yüsuf. Yüsuf is a, what is he, 1.5? I think it's April. He'll be 2 in December. And he's an amazing dog. He's a phenomenal dog. We're very, very proud of him. But he is going through the trials and tribulations of adolescence. And it's completely normal. So there's 2 times in a livestock guardian dog's life where you'll oftentimes see these dogs in shelters or trying to be rehomed, because there's 2 times that you'll see the most troublesome behaviors. The first one's usually about 8 months old, and that would be, akin to like the terrible twos in children. And then you get through that and you think your life is great. And then they hit about 18 months old and they hit adolescence and they lose their minds again. And it's a lot like teenagers. If you've ever raised a teenage child, it's very similar to that. It's like, you get through the terrible twos and then this wonderful child, and you're so close to your children and you love them, and all of a sudden, seemingly overnight, it's, anything you say is met with eye rolls and attitude, and they suddenly know more than you do. They know everything because they're teenagers. And you find yourself counting down the days till they turn 18 sometimes, and you wonder where you went wrong. So that's kind of where Yüsuf is. So up until very recently, he was a very good boy and could be almost 100% left unsupervised with our sheep especially. Or goats, I'm sorry. He does better with goats. But suddenly now he apparently has forgotten his name. His recall is in the toilet, and things should be chased. So very normal. But just because something's normal doesn't mean it's acceptable. So what do? So it's back to basics. And this is what it looks like. So Tom is on a tether. Good boy. If your dog is super reactive and acting like an absolute idiot, then a short tether's really nice. If they're being good the majority of the time, a longer tether's nice, like a horse lunge rope. And you see, Tom has his chair here. And you can bring a book out, you can bring your phone out, you can just sit in the sun and relax if you want. You just sit and you hang out. And you walk in and out of the flock, and it's just tons of positive reinforcement, soothing voice when they're being non-reactive. And even the body language, really observe, because they're not going to all of a sudden 1 minute be calm and whatever and then just lose their minds. It's if you pay attention, it'll be like the fixed eye contact before they decide. You watch and pay attention to what they're doing before. If they're too interested in sniffing the butts and licking and almost aggressively, that's inappropriate. So a lot of it is preventing before it gets to the point of getting out of hand. And make sure that your demeanor and behavior is calm and good boy, and you're being such a good boy. And you can see the sheep are like, what is happening here? And this flock is new to us, and they're not used to livestock guardian dogs. So they're nervous, yes. And he's as big as they are, bigger than some of them. So they don't know what's going on, and he's just like, what's happening? And and they don't, and Yüsuf's no different. When they chase and stuff, it's not, I'm going to kill this. It's not from a place of anger. It's from a place of still finding out who they are, coming into their own. He's still a big puppy in a lot of ways. If something runs from him, he's going to chase it because it's fun. And you really want to nip this stuff in the bud, because if he's just left out here and he's allowed to play the chase game, all that's doing is giving him more and more time to practice bad behavior. So the quicker that you can try to stop that behavior, the easier it's going to be to curb it and get it out of the way. What a good boy. Yüsuf, you're such the good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. And, you know, if he does do something goofy, they're only a leash away. You can snatch that up right quick and respond with a really firm leave it. And that's what, you know, you want to see. So right now he's being good. He's listening. He doesn't really want to listen, but he is listening to Tom. And this gives the sheep opportunity to watch and be like, okay, how do we feel about this? And then we have Athena. Athena Joe, she's a good girl. This is our OG Athena. Athena is 4, and we've had her since she was 4 months old. So this to her is just old hat. She's like, whatever. And this is actually, Yüsuf is her son. So, but she wasn't always like this either. You know, she went through those 2 periods of time where we wanted to pull our hair out and question some life choices we had made. But now she's probably the best female that we have. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. It is doable. And, you know, if they get to this age and you start noticing stupid stuff, if you let it happen and you leave them out there unsupervised, it does happen where you'll hear people that'll say, well, I came out, oh, hi, sweetheart. I came out to a dead goat. I came out to a dead sheep or whatever. And it's not, 99% of the time, it's not because the dog is like, gee, I'm hungry. I think I'll have a snack. Or I really hate my life and I need to murder something. It's just, chances are, started out like just playing, or maybe we started sniffing a little bit and the sheep was like, nope, and trotted away, or a goat ran away and then the dog said, no, you need to come back here. I'm not done with you yet. All different scenarios. Or you can have a situation where like that, where they started trotting off a little bit and he was like, oh. Or sometimes at this age, he's starting to know, and it has known for a long time, what predators are and that it's his job to keep them away. There's times too, like if the sheep are out here and there's a predator out there that he knows, he'll try to get them into the barn or something, and they can get too mouthy. They can put their mouths on their neck, maybe on a leg, and try to get them into the barn. You'll see that also inappropriate, but they don't understand yet. They haven't, zero self-control at this point really yet. That's at least consistent and trustworthy and reliable. And you just don't want, you can say, well, 75% of the time he's very appropriate. Well, that 25% of the time, my livestock mean too much to me to take a chance that 25% of the time he might do something that he doesn't mean to. Hi, sweetheart. He's a good boy. Yüsuf's a good boy. So, yeah, as boring and tedious as this can be, this is the name of the game for a while. And, you do it every day for a while. If you're lucky and have the time, which we are, it's a nice way to do things. And before you know it, you'll realize, wow, I haven't had to do a correction in a long time. Wow, okay, they've been appropriate now every single time we've been out here. This is great. So, little body language there. He's a little... No. Yep. Leave it. Good, leave it. Good boy. Ah. Yep, so now he's going to get stupid. Right here. Right here. Right here. Leave it. You can see the tail wag, and that body language was purely like, oh my gosh, I want to chase them so bad. Go. There you go. Good boy. And having him in this is a fairly large area, but having him in a small area too is nice because there's less opportunity for your livestock to take off running, therefore less chance for him to run. Once they start running, it's hard to catch them. And once they get in that mentality of, I'm going to chase it, you can be screaming, leave it, or no, or here, or come, or whatever, until the cows come home. And it's like they can't even hear you. They don't even hear a thing that you're saying at that point.
Good boy. That was good, boy. That was good here. It's okay, Mom. I got him.
So little independence, a little bit, give them enough of a leash to, quite literally and metaphorically. It's like when your kids first get a driver's license, and if you gave them a really nice sports car and unlimited access to whatever they could possibly want, it's probably not going to end well. So it's the same kind of thing. We put up borders, we put up guidelines, we put up, these are the parameters that you have to stay in, and then the more trustworthy you get, the more freedom you get. It's the exact same way.
Hi, Gwenny.
Yüsuf, you are being such a good boy.
Here.
He's like, here sounds fun, but I don't know where I'm going.
Good boy, good here. You gotta remember, these guys are such independent thinkers too. That they have to trust you in your decisions before they're gonna believe you. It's not, oh, I'm a dog, yes, I'll do what you say. That's not how this works with these guys.
Right. And that doesn't make them, a lot of times people say these dogs are so stubborn and impossible to train, and that's just not the case. They're not, you're looking at it the wrong way. You can't, they're bred to be independent, and they're bred to work independently from us. That's why we have them. That's why they're here, so that I can sleep soundly at night, knowing that all of my livestock are safe out here, knowing that there's coyotes out there, there's wolves out there, there's countless bad guys out there. But I can sleep at night knowing that I don't have to be up with a gun. I don't have to be up watching my fields and all this nonsense. I can sleep soundly knowing that they're safe. And that is so when there's a threat, that dog can independently gauge the situation and respond appropriately without me needing to say, okay, yes, we're going to do this, or yes, we're going to do that. And these are Katahdin hair sheep, by the way. And that is an Oberhasli dairy goat. And we have a mixed dairy doe over there in the corner a little bit, playing with some lambs.
Mitzi's getting yelled at. It's okay, honey, I'm right here.
Mama's going to go check out her lamb. Yüsuf, we're going to leave it. I shouldn't be yelling, I'm sorry. It's just like so hard for me to not say it.
Good, leave it.
And that's the other thing too. They don't need 5 people yelling at them. They don't need, 50,000 people screaming and yelling.
Calm.
It's such a reflex for me to be like, no, leave it.
Good boy. Good boy.
Yüsuf.
Give him a here.
We're going to leave it. Thank you, sir. Yüsuf. Yüsuf.
He saw something
Oh,
flying.
up in the air. Something.
Try it.
Come here. Yüsuf, here. Oh, he's a good boy. He's such a good hearer. Oh, he's such the good boy. Good job, bud. So yeah, we're not going to sit out here for hours today because he's going to get bored. I would get bored. So a little short. And also, when you do this, make sure that you've expended some energy, because still, even at 18 months, he's still a puppy. He still has energy. He still likes to run and play. So don't, fresh in the morning, take him in here and tether him up and expect them to, hang out with you. Get the zoomies out. Let him run it off. Take him for a nice long walk, whatever your practice is. And then we try. Right, buddy? Then we try. Good boy. Yeah.
You got hair in your face, girl.
So yeah, that's a little bit of
Yeah, Mom. Hi, buddy.
how we do this stuff, what it looks like when we work with them on self-control and the not chasing and introductions maybe to new stock and all that stuff. So
You can watch, that's fine, but leave it. Good. Go on, Mom, because I'm yelling at you. Okay.
So yeah, as usual, if you guys have any other questions, comments, give us a holler. If there's any other content that we haven't covered yet, let me know. She's like, whatever. I'm going to go lay in their hay because it's warm in the sun.
What you got, bud?
And as usual, like the video, share it if you feel so inclined, subscribe, click that notification bell so that you get notifications when we do post new stuff. You can find us TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Also www.tsanatolians.com. That's the housekeeping business end of things. And yeah, hopefully we'll just keep coming out with more content for everybody to check out and watch.
Next video, maybe we can have all the babies out here.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? Have all the babies. It'll be total bedlam. It'll be great. Hey, Athena, you're a good girl.
Honey, I'm going to put him back. It's okay.
She's, please take my son out of here. Good girl. Very good girl. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll come back at you soon with more information as we get it. So thanks again, guys, for watching. We'll talk to you guys soon.